Adding and subtracting decimals. 12.5 plus 13.63. Now, it's easy to see if we line it up like this. And why are we lining it up like that? Well, let's look at an easier problem. 15 plus 3. Is that really 45? I think we know that it's not 45. No. That's because we need to add ones to ones, tens to tens, hundreds to hundreds, etc. So the way you should do it is like this, lining up the 5 and the 3 because those are in the ones column. You can think of it as having an invisible decimal point at the end of every whole number, because there is really an invisible decimal point there. And we line up those decimal points, and that's why 15 plus 3 is 18. So here we're going to do the same thing. We line up the decimal points, and now you can see we're going to add tens together, then ones together, then a decimal point, then add tenths together, and hundredths together. But because there's no hundredths in the first number, we can add a 0. And now, 0 hundredths plus 3 hundredths is 3 hundredths. And here, 5 tenths and 6 tenths is 11 tenths. So remember, we have to carry the 1. Now we have our decimal point. Then 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. And 1 plus 1 is 2. And that's our answer. Now, what about subtraction? Again, we're going to line it up the same way. Decimal points lined up. And we have a 1 in the tens column, a 7 and a 5 in the ones column, the decimal point, a 4 and a 1 in the tenths column, and in the hundredths column we have a 3. But above it we have nothing, which really is a 0. So now we're going to subtract. What happens when I have 0 take away 3? Well, I can't really do that. I end up with negative numbers, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to borrow from the 4. I take 1 from the 4 to make 3, and the 0 becomes a 10, and now 10 minus 3 is 7. And here, 3 minus 1 is 2. I have my decimal point. Here, 7 minus 5 is 2. And here, 1 minus nothing is 1. And that's how you do adding and subtracting with decimals. Here's some you can practice with. Pause the video and try. Okay, if we line them up the way we learned, decimal points under decimal points, now the corresponding place values are in the right place, and our answers are those. Thank you.